Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here for Scrap Squad Sunday, and I'm doing a twofer in that I'm also doing the load prompt, not exactly to the load prompt specifications, but it's going to be my load layout for the day, so I'll put it out there before the video goes live. This is the lift, and what I'm going to take from here, I'm using my Scrap Backwards kit because I had quite a bit left in it, and I've already done my final layout for the month, which goes live on Monday. So I thought I would use up some of the pretty stuff that I still had in there, and so the effect that that's going to have is that I'm still going to have the little panels in the back from these papers that I had left. I'm going to do a cluster here and a cluster here. My photo is vertical, so I'll have one kind of upper and then one kind of lower, and then some little stuff down here below my title. So, and I do not have very many florals, and I have a couple of frame type things that I want to use. So those will kind of come into play as the basis, the anchors for my clusters. So we'll see where we end up. This one may not look anything like the original, but we'll go ahead. For the load prompt, I selected this photo, which this was a load 5 years ago in 2017 in February. It's actually on Valentine's Day, and I was madly working on my load page. In 2017, the idea of doing a layout every day was a foreign concept to me. I was not that productive. It took me usually several days to do a layout, and I only did layouts about, once a week was kind of a good pace for me. So I've kind of gone crazy since then. But in the middle of load, this box right here is one of my cubes that has shelves in it that holds that was my pattern paper storage. And not one, but two of those things collapsed. I have no idea why, but in the middle of while I was going through papers, and I didn't keep things by collection in those days, and I didn't have, those two boxes were where all of my pattern paper was stored. So I freaked out, and John said, no problem, let me fix it. So he pulled the boxes out, and mind you, these two boxes were not freestanding like they appear to be right here. They were in another part of the room, and they were, the two that had collapsed were in the middle of two others. So we pretty much had to dismantle that whole column of cubes and then pull these out, and John strengthened the shelves and then kind of glued and pushed things back together. And he knew that I was in a hurry. So he very carefully pulled out all the pattern paper and kind of separated it, had it the way he had it laid out. I wish I'd had a photo of that at the time, but I didn't do it. So the prompt today was about friendship. And I have to say that, this is just another example of why this guy was truly my best friend. He just dropped everything and fixed that up so that I wouldn't be delayed in my quest to get my layout a day done. I just saw that this, I'm going to have to overlay something there. I didn't cut that straight. So go figure. What I have done here is I've taken, in some cases, scraps, pieced them together, and I've taken somewhat color related papers from my Scrap Backwards kit, and I cut, I think these are 1.5 inch strips. I think the ones out here were 2 inch strips, and then I went back to 1 inch strips and I just kind of pieced them together. And I'm getting ready right now to put some foam back here behind them. I'm hoping that fits without showing. I'm going to kind of snip off that corner there and maybe that corner there. And then I'm going to do another piece. I'm just kind of trying to bridge the gap here. And I'm trying to raise it up. Now, I'm going to bridging the gap here. Well, actually, that doesn't need that. I'm thinking of something else. I had to bridge the gap, or I will have to bridge the gap when I put my photo on, because it's got all this to go over, and those are at different levels. So let me eyeball this in the center. Let me get the paper moved over here. I'll move it here. I know that may be out of your viewing range, but I need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think I actually had guessed about right. So let me put that back up here where you can see it. Okay. And I have to move it around with this because my fingernails don't work. Let me see. I think that's going to work, even if I do this. So let me get this somewhat centered between those two bits there. Okay, now things are going to start. For the most part, this looks like I'm kind of honoring the lift. It kind of looks like I'm started in the right direction. It's going to take a nasty turn from here. These on my Scrap Backwards kit, I started with a sticker sheet that had this frame. I've tried, honestly, to use it on 3 or 4 different layouts, and it just never has made it to the page. So I'm going to use it to anchor this. The upper right cluster is going to be here. It's going to anchor some clusters, and then my lower left cluster will be about right there. And I'm just going to kind of pile on things that may or may not make sense, and we'll see what happens. I started to die cut some foliage and stamp some flowers and really kind of do a more faithful representation of this. But I kind of decided that no matter what, I'm being inspired by it. I'm going to put this kind of right I want to hide that. I don't want to waste this, but I'm not going to use it here. I'm going to put it aside. I've got this little frame, which color-wise goes nicely there, and I think I'm going to maybe try to tie it in with these by cutting it in half. And how I think this is gonna help is that if I kind of put it out here, it kind of encloses that orange into kind of part of that center, and I know I'm gonna be covering it up, but it kind of looks like it's, let's see, how do I say this? I'm gonna try to make it look like more like it belongs and isn't just okay. Just an oddball Kathyism, which is kind of what it is. Okay, so I've got those things down, and that kind of gives me some place to put pretty stuff. So I'm gonna try to build the clusters as similarly, those two big clusters. I'm going to try to put as many similar elements in them as I can without making them look too matchy-matchy. Because, you know, I don't do matchy-matchy. So I've got these two flare that are similar but not exactly alike. And I thought I'd use them differently or in a different place. Okay, don't want to move that. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this one down right there. Well, I say I'm going to put it down. I need to put some, these are the XL flares at Dottie About Flare, and I love them, except sometimes they are a little bit harder to get glued on if you don't remember to put two thicknesses of foam. And that's okay. My new, I subscribed to these rolls of foam tape from Amazon, and my new roll just came in today, so I've got this, and so I'm okay using lots of it. I have foam tape to spare. And I actually ordered some very narrow foam tape specifically for making shaker pockets with sequins. I ordered it from Spiegel Mom Scraps, and I just got a note that it's out for delivery today. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and put there, maybe more towards the inside. We'll see how that works out. Okay, another thing I've got that's got some florals. One of the things in my Scrap Backwards kit was a chipboard sheet from, let's see, what is the collection? It's a Webster's Pages, Our Travels by Adrienne Lumen. And it had this floral, and I thought it's a single piece of chipboard. But again, I thought if I cut it, I might use it more effectively. I could kind move that down here. That seems to work. And I may cut the other one into 2 pieces. I don't want, like I said, I don't really want them to be too matchy-matchy. And I thought maybe I could do this one kind of right up in there. Or I could just kind of mirror that one and put this up there. I'm not sure. I'm going to hold that back for now. And I'm going to see what else I have. I have these little corners. If I have enough, if I have all 4 in my tray here, it looks like I have 3. Oh, I found the 4th one. I'm going to put those on my page. And this will make Helen Parker happy that I'm filling my corners. She likes filled corners. And since the colors just match the papers I've used so well, and since I have the larger florals from the same collection, I think it's going to look really nice. And I'm also, as I'm filling these corners, you may or may not notice that I'm kind of stalling on building out the rest of the clusters because I have no idea what I'm going to do from here. My large elements pretty much have been used. I'm going to look through my sticker sheets in the kit and see what else I have that might work. So I'll bring them forward here. I've got, I've got a great piece right here. That would be a good title. It's a Bella Boulevard Scattered Sprinkles. And I had not imagined using it this way, but how perfect is that for a title? The colors work, I think. Let me get the foam tape on to kind of bridge the gap. I may need one more piece over here. I like that. Again, I'm kind of deviating from the lift a little bit more than I usually do. Or I say that, that's not strictly true. I'd like to get it up above this piece of paper, which means I kind of need to push that up a bit. Okay, let me keep that up. And that, I don't want that to overlap. There we go. Okay. So I think I'm okay with that now. I have to remember there's a lot of wet glue going on here, and it will, that means elements will move. And that's not always a good thing when they freely move around your layout with reckless abandon. And I'm trying to keep the trash off the table so I can keep track of the things that I like. Okay, so I have this little arrow that has some pieces inside. I'm just going to use the outline of the arrow, if I can pull all the pieces out, and maybe do that right there. Okay, and I can add some other little accent pieces there. The red really kind of stands out nicely, and I like that it crosses all of the frames and the little side pieces there. Okay, and I have some Fawnies on 9th gears in a variety of colors. And since he's working with tools and doing some constructing kind of stuff there, I didn't think the gears would be too out of place. But I thought maybe I could put them on these Fawnies on 9th. I was not familiar with them at all. They were a gift, and they're really cute. I like the little gears. I'm going to layer another gear on top, a smaller gear, kind of like that. And then there's a little teeny tiny piece of chipboard that says love, and I'm gonna put it right here. And I may find a word stripper or two. So since I put the gears there, I'm going to do something else entirely over here. And this is a heart that says picture perfect. And there I was in the middle of scrapbooking, and I took a photo that I actually scrapbooked on that day, Valentine's Day of 2017. And I'm scrapping it again now just because I feel like it. And there is a tiny kind of yellow-orange gear that I thought might be kind of cute over near here, but just varying things, shaking things up. I won't put it right on the flare. Now I have another, like a little gray gear, and I have a really larger brown one, and the brown is kind of a wild card color here. I don't have any other brown on the page other than these little flowers in here. But because those flowers are there, I think the brown gear actually doesn't look too bad. And now let's see what else we have. I have the flight. There are all kinds of, this is these chip boards are from, or the chips are from that line, the paper line is, that it comes from, the Webster's Pages line, is a travel line, I guess what I'm trying to get out. And so there are a lot of travel related bits, but there are quite a few neutral ones. This one says, Yes. Like, do you want me to fix your shelf? And I'm going, yeah. And here's another love. Ooh, this is cute. And it has the brown and the florals. And I love it. Where should it go? I kind of like it right there. I like anything that's an arrow type element that points your eye towards the photo. Here's an ampersand. I'm going through the chip elements because they're thick, and if I do anything else, it might be a little bit harder to put those in. So I like this ampersand. That may be my last chipboard piece. I wonder if that could fit in there or here. To me, the ampersand is when I see those are representative of me and you kind of sentiments. But I'm not feeling that one at the moment, so I'm going to put this tray aside, and I'm going to find a couple of things from here. I've got, I am always happy to cut circles in half and use them as just layers, just tucking in layers anywhere. And this could kind of go right there. And that's a color that is also in the florals there. I normally might not use that. I've got this bit right here that I thought I would tuck in there, and then I can tuck the bottom piece in down here, and then maybe use that for a little, a couple of hearts or something. Similarly, I could use this guy. Maybe just right there, and just leave it whole. Okay, so now I'm going through my sticker sheets. I do want to have something from this sticker sheet because I really love all of the motifs here. This is from Beach Therapy by Bo Bunny. And John loved to wear Hawaiian shirts. He's not wearing one in this photo, but he did have a few. So I've cut a kind of a two-part tab here, and I'm actually, it's not bending very well. So let me get this one out of my hands. I'm gonna put this down here. And this one, let me see if I can get it folded right. Okay, and I'm gonna put a little bit of glue. It brings in that orange color. And actually, I'm going to wipe the glue off, and I'm going to put some foam tape back there to raise it up, raise the photo up to the level that it has to be in order to okay, I'm going to bring this out more so that the photo can rest on it. It was interfering with some of the foam under the photo, which I'm sure I've done more than once. That load is, this time was just really a lot of fun, and it always is, but it's the one, it was my very first online challenge, my very first online community. And it's actually when I didn't know what a prompt, when I did my first load, I didn't know what a prompt was. All the things say, you know, prompts will be based on such and such theme. I went, okay, what's a prompt? And so that was kind of humorous. I'm gonna use one of these gold gears right here to kind of bridge that gap, to kind of cross that line and go over onto that label. And I'm going to do something similar here with the red one. And I'm going to put those back in the tray. I'll put them in the package later. And I've got some little hearts. I noticed that in the original there's some hearts kind of sprinkled around. So I'm gonna do that. I've got this glittery red one, a darker, kind of solid red one, and here's a gold glittery one. I might put it on the flare there. I've got another red that could go right here. And let me make this my double heart. And I'm going to use this glittery clear one for the second heart there. Okay. I had thought I was going to use this guy somewhere. It's like a shamrock type thing. I was thinking maybe squeezing it into there, but there's not a lot of room there, and it doesn't need anything else because I kind of like the wood grain showing. I don't need it. I don't need it. So let me get the penguin. I'm gonna pick a penguin with a stack of books, because those are kind of bookshelves there. That's kind of a stretch, right? I'm gonna put this guy right there and kind of angle this so that it makes a little kind of scenario there. Let's see. I'm gonna go through a few more sticker sheets and see if I can find there's Triumph is a good one, or Focus. Focus is a good one. And that can go kind of right up here. And I think I wanted one to go right here. Maybe Triumph would work here. You got it all together. Okay, so there's that. Let's see if there's anything here. There's actually I Can, which is kind of cool. I think I'm good. I don't think I need anything from there. There's another Love I actually had in mind using this one as the title, but I like the larger one better. I think we're good. Now I'm gonna sprinkle some small things. I actually have some smaller sticker sheets, and I want to kill this one, so I'm actually gonna stick in some layering pieces kind of down and around different places. I'll have this one maybe like right there, or I don't mind if the first class postage shows, but I don't necessarily want the tiger. So that's a little bit of a contrast there. This one has a silver edge and it has palm trees, and I love that about it. I love palm trees. So where can this guy go? Maybe kind of just right there. And I can maybe layer one of these puffy stickers on top. And I want to use this black piece, but not necessarily with the words showing. So I might just do it that's not working out. Maybe under that one. I'll use this on something else. I'm not going to use it right now, but it's the last thing that's left on that sticker sheet, so I'm highly incented to use it. I do like this, the story, and I like Love Is All You Need on these Maggie Holmes sticker sheet, but I don't think I need anything else like that. In these puffy stickers, there's nothing that's appropriate. I've got the puffy stickers I need there. I've got Laugh right here. Is there a place? It's a good color, so I'd like to be able to use it. Maybe, see, if I had used Rad, I could cover it up with Laugh. How about right here, overlapping onto that stamp, that postage stamp. Okay, nothing there. Well, there's the other possible title was going to be My Guy. And I'll save that for another layout. I think I'm done, except these little guys. So I'm gonna pull from the orange and the turquoise. I like the spacing of the hearts. I'm gonna go with yellow because there's a lot of yellow in the photo. I'm gonna put a yellow in there. So I've got those kind of scattered around there. Now I'm gonna do some dots. And I'll pick this lime green for there, and we've already got a third element here. So let me just kind of sprinkle them about individually. These things I love, but it's hard to get them straight. Let's see, what do we have? We have another red one that could go maybe like that. And I'm gonna go with one more green one. Just over here near, well, I don't like that being right there. Where can I use it? We'll just put it right here next to that gear because it's in close proximity to that. Okay, I think I'm done. It looks nothing like the original, and I'm okay with that, especially since I got to use so much of my kit, my Scrap Backwards kit for the month. So let me bring this up and get it close so that you can see. Whoops, knocked down some gloss spray. I'm happy with it, and I think the story, I'll definitely add some journaling, but it may be on the back or maybe something that I can, kind of have peeking out. I think I could slip a journaling card right in there. But I'll tell the story of how he stopped everything he was doing so he could rescue my pattern paper storage so I could complete load for that day. So thanks for watching. Bye. See you next Sunday.